Alright, so now on this portion we're going to go ahead and pop off the turbo, start working on that. To do that, what I do is I first get these little plastic insert tabs to come out. If they break, not a big deal. You have to buy new ones anyways because they run about I think a packet is like 10 for like $3 or so. But my problem right now is that it's freezing outside, and when plastic gets cold, it freaking cracks. There's different ways you can do this too. You can get a little like pry bar, the one that has a slip on it, and that will free it up. You can pop them off. A little claw hammer as well. Like I said, it's cold out, and when it's cold, plastic breaks. So you got to be very careful, especially when dealing with the connectors here. When you press those in, when it's cold, I mean it's below freezing right now. Temperature outside I think is like 18 degrees, so that's if we're lucky. What I do is I take this portion here, this one back over there, and I get this up, lead up, and in 1 second here, back here with some twine. What I do is I will loop this around the windshield wiper itself, drape it on up in through here, drop that back, just to kind of, whatever works for you, just you want this out of the way. I just do it like that because it seems to work and it's easy to cut free. So I don't make anything really complicated. Up and out of the way. This is all aluminum foil tape. Get rid of that. Put new shit on later. So to free this up, what you want to do is take your, where did it go? The 10 millimeter wrench. Loosen the top 10 millimeter turbo feed tube, the feed line. There's two bolts, one on top, one on the other. Also, it's a good thing to note, I got regular gloves on now. Usually I put plastic gloves on, some nitrile or whatever. I'll put a piece of tape around the arms if you may see that up in here. Because when you're working on this, you get all up into this fiberglass here and you don't want it sticking in your arms. So put some gloves on. Usually I'll run a couple lengths of tape up here, up the arms a bit, just so I don't get stuck with it because it's very irritating. Loosen that one up. Loosen these two up. And once that's done, you can take them off by hand. And when you put these back on, put a little bit of anti-seize on the bolts, and it makes it come off a lot easier, just like it is now. So you can start keeping it back and forth. That's good. Cold out, so I can barely feel my fingers, but I think I'm on the bolt. There we go, that's one. Okay. This one's a little harder to bite with gloves on, especially knit ones. You're also going to have an 8 millimeter, there'll be an 8 millimeter bolt that's connected to the bottom portion into the oil cooler transfer block. Oops, knock that guy over. There we go. Should be close enough. Alright. I'll also take a pair of needle nose pliers. You can remove this hose if you can get to it yet. But it's difficult. So we'll just wait off a little bit. Alright. Next, just a moment here. 11, Is that a 13 or what is that? It's a 12. Oh, maybe not. Maybe 11. Well, they couldn't make these all universal, I don't know. Maybe it was a bit too much of a challenge for them. But some of these, like these ones here, are a 13 on mine. The other bands are an 11. Let's free this guy up. When it's warm, the shit pops right off. When it's freezing, it doesn't want to come off. Oh, bitch. Frozen on there, fucker. Alright, we'll get that off later. Let's see here. We'll take the turbo feed line bolt out. 8mm right down in there. Now it's an aluminum transfer, so you want to be careful when you take this off. You don't strip the threads and whatnot. So there you go. Free that guy up. Little guy down in there. Let that come off, still down there. Get it later. Disconnect the VGT cable. Set that out to there. As a side note, when you want to make a smoke switch, this is the wire that you cut and you splice in. Just either one, doesn't matter. Typically you splice in on the darker blue. It's a dark blue and a light blue. Darker blue, you just run a switch in between there through your firewall, and then you can turn the VGT off, and there goes your smoke switch setup. Very easy to do. So once that guy's out of the way, stuck up. There we go. And that guy pops out. And voila. So a little 8mm bolt goes down in there. O-rings will need to be replaced when you put this back on. There's also a little like a felt gasket there. Clean everything up and be careful, because on the top of the turbo, where this goes, one second. On the top of the turbo, if you can see it, right in there, there's a little ball bearing. You want to make sure you don't lose that guy. Okay, when you do this, be careful, don't knock it loose. Make sure it stays intact. One good habit you can get into is taking some tape and just putting the tape over it. Yeah. Keep that from happening, from losing it. And keep all your parts together. Don't lose shit. A lot of parts. Alright, so that guy's there. Now we want to get these, get that shit out of there. Knock that aside. Next we'll get the band clamps off the turbo. The exhaust. Six. You can get a swivel adapter, get it up in there and make it easy too as well. I got mine in the garage. I'll just use a regular ratchet, it's fine, it's good enough. Having all the tools makes all the world. I've got most of them. Also something so you guys know, in case you don't know, you're the do-it-yourselfer. When you go to buy extension ratchets, stuff like that, make sure you buy the ones that have the little finger grips here, so when you're using gloves you can still turn it. Otherwise you're just turning something smooth and you can't do anything with it. So that helps out. Alright, that's one done. Take the other guy off. He's here. Actually, he's on the back side. So this is one of those things where you want to protect your hands from all of the fiberglass back up in here. Actually, for this guy in the back, the best way is a pneumatic wrench, if you guys have one. If not, you're going to need to use deep socket and a short extension. Let me grab my short extension. Little short adapter works good. Get it back up in there. Looking from the top, you can see where you're going with it. There. Now the problem is you only get so much room to work with. You can only go up maybe a 1/4 inch at a time to loosen it. So it ends up being a pain in the ass to get. Like I said, pneumatic wrench, put it back in there, pull the trigger, spins it off very nicely. Show you both ways. It's going to be a few minutes though. Fast forward if you need to. Alright, we're back. Little shorty ratchet. Get that guy back up in their position. Be careful you don't breathe the fiberglass dust that comes off when you use it. Done. See how much easier that is? That's it. Having the right tools makes all the difference. Now, these little band clamps, in case you guys don't know, once you loosen it, you need to reach back in there, pull the two ends together, and lift off the lock, and then it'll stand off. And just pop it. There we go. to go back and revisit that and get it off all the way. Next we got to take the bolts off. I believe they were 10, so I'm not 100% sure, but I'll tell you in just a second. 10 millimeter wrench. Okay. Yeah, it's a 10 millimeter. Different tools you can use for this. You can get a box wrench, you can get open wrench, you can get a socket down in there, a shorty, small ratchet, a little extension back from this side, but I have the oil line here, so it gets in the way from me doing that. I'm limited to using this for the time being. There we go. You can also get the ones with ratchets. I've got a few of those. So there's that one. Second here, make it set up, another one. Oh, can't quite get that one in there. That one there's also a 10, so we'll do this. Whoa. Take our extension, take our swivel and a little 10, put that guy on there. You could even use a longer extension, but I don't want, we just do that for shits and giggles. Let's go overkill. Stay camera. There we go. That guy down there. This is where the FICM comes out, because you can go underneath these two harnesses. Just gotta make it work. There we go, we're on. You can grab them. If not, you can fish them out later. You're not going to fall in the engine, so don't worry about it. From the bottom, if you reach it. A certain angle you can get on it. I don't think I can quite exactly hit this one like that. It's just barely on there. A deep drive would be too much. You wouldn't get the angle. Almost get it by hand because I put the anti-seize on it. Just have to get those out. Let's see if we can go about this a different way.